What's up guys, Lucas here to bring you another video. It is Friday, which means we have made it to the end of the work week, which also means it is time for another episode of the Weekend Watch. So let's go ahead and jump right in. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our first recommendation, and that is actually a comedic television series from HBO Max called Minks. Minks is more or less a workplace comedy that takes place in the 1970s. It is centered around our main character, who is a feminist woman who wants to change the way that women are depicted in marketing and advertising. This leads her down a path where she meets a very unlikely investor. Somebody who says, "Yes, I will help you." This publisher says, "I will help you on one condition though. We're going to make this magazine. It will be a feminist magazine, but it will also be an erotic magazine." So watch as our two main characters basically navigate worlds and with people they never have had relationships with and actually set out to change the trajectory of history. So tune into Minks only on HBO. And my number 2 recommendation for this week's Weekend Watch actually comes from Hulu, and it is a comedy series called Only Murders in the Building, starring Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. When a suspicious death occurs in an affluent Upper West Side apartment complex, 3 true crime lovers join together to start their own podcast and dive deep into what may or may not have happened to this individual. So tune into Only Murders in the Building to see, was it a murder or was it not? Tune in only on Hulu to find out. And it's turning out that September may be a great month for comedy series, because my third recommendation is yet another comedy series, this one coming from Netflix, and it is actually called Mo, and I've been really anticipating this one. This comedy series, based in Houston, Texas, centers around our main character of Mo, who is a refugee. He is just a few steps away from getting his citizenship, but things just keep getting into his way. Things like being stuck between multiple cultures, multiple religions, and, the need to make a buck. And I just want to go ahead and say that I am very excited, and I want to give a shout out to some of my friends, my coworkers, and some of my students who are actually in this series. It is so exciting to actually get to see your hard work paying off. So shout out to you guys from Page Parks, and shout out to my friends who are not from Page Parks who are also in this. Congratulations, this is a big accomplishment. You should feel very, very proud of yourselves. And we're finally transitioning away from the comedy genre for my number 4 recommendation this week. It actually comes from Prime Video, and it is a movie called Beautiful Boy, starring Timothée Chalamet and Steve Carell. This movie about a father and son is actually based off a set of 2 books, one memoir written by the father and one memoir written by the son, and depicts their relationship and the struggles they had about maintaining their family during one of the most difficult times, when the son started to do drugs and then relapsed multiple times. So tune in as we see Timothée Chalamet push his acting ability to probably some of the best it's ever been, and we also see Steve Carell take a step away from that comedy, much like we are from recommendations 3 to 4, and actually do something a little bit more serious. This movie is beautifully acted, the story is phenomenal, the camera work looks great, and if you have not seen this one for any reason, maybe you just didn't see it as an Amazon original or just have plain missed it, go ahead and check out Beautiful Boy. And my 5th and final recommendation for this week's Weekend Watch actually comes from Apple TV, and it is a limited series called Blackbird. Blackbird is centered around our main character, Jimmy Keene, who is sentenced to a 10-year minimum security prison sentence. Shortly before entering, he is approached by the FBI with the proposition of a deal to befriend a suspected serial killer. If you befriend this suspected serial killer and are able to coerce a confession and possibly the location of these bodies, some things may happen that could be very good for Jimmy. So tune into Apple TV Plus to watch Blackbird to find out, does Jimmy get the confessions? Are these murders real? Or is this an innocent man he is befriending? And there we have it, guys. 5 new recommendations for you for this weekend. I want to thank you so much for tuning into yet another episode of The Weekend Watch. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share this with a buddy of yours who may need something to watch over the weekend. Until next time, I'll see you later.